Hey up YouTube. So in this video today I want to have a chat with you about, well, how, Jesus Christ, I think Morrison's have put in a off-road course for everybody to use free of charge. So in this video I'm going to just give you an update on how things have been going. Let me get on with it then, shall we? So January was fine, survived it. It was, you know, this time round weren't in hospital, so that's a bonus. Yeah, survived it. Went on all right, got through it. It was busy, but it was busy in the sense that, well, in all fairness, there wasn't much in the way of gardening work, but what there was is house cleaning work and house cleaning work associated tasks. I've said to you, for me, it's not so much the money I get from clearing the property. I actually make more money from the beginning and the end of the property, if that makes sense, than the actual clearance. So I make my money from property inspections, checking over the property, and I'll be honest with you, being a bit of an errand boy, you know, going here, there, doing this, doing that. That's how I make my money, or the chunk of the money, should I say. It's, you know, it's good because it's a once a month visit to just check over the property, keep an eye on it, keep it tidy, you know, a bit of gardening here, a bit of gardening there, basically just making sure the place is safe and sound, and it's all billable, and it's work that I can do whenever. At the moment we've been helping get ready for get his car gone, and lots of faffing around with that. It's quite a satisfying process, and it's also satisfying in the sense that when it's pissing down, I've still got work on. So I'm halfway through a private house clearance, so that's somebody that I've picked up, not from who I normally pick up. It's one of my customers actually, and she lost her father last year, and she asked me, she said about, do you know anybody that can take care of, you know, basically emptying the property? And I says, well, that's something that I can do and something that I can offer. And she said, oh, that's brilliant, that will. So it's took sort of until now to get the you know, the go ahead to do it, but I managed to sort of get it. I'm halfway through it, and again, that's work that I can be cracking on with, that's not sort of dependent on the weather. I can do that anytime or when I'm quiet. So January and February are my quiet months, so it's just padding them earnings out. I've also been given permission to start clearing the other house clearance, which is a big one, and that's going to be a few months really. And there's also added things of, you know, getting rid of, you know, other little bits and bobs and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm really happy with that. So yeah, cracking on with that. I had a problem with Checkatrade, so I said a bit back I was thinking of going and doing it. I have done it. So far, will I recommend it? No. I was all up for, I've got 5 letters that I was about to send off to their head office in the form of a complaint, but so far it seemed to be sorted. It's been a very stressful thing, and I don't want to blast somebody without giving them a chance. Like I said, pre-recorded a video basically giving you guys the whole story. If you're thinking about going down a Checkatrade route and you're basing, you know, your decision off mine, well, so far I've been unhappy, but we'll see if I'm happy in the next few months with it. I've rung them up and spoke to, well, finally got hold of them, and hopefully it should be sorted. We will see. So kit wise, you've seen the chipper by now. It's been a game changer, that's the only way I can say. If you were holding off from buying anything that could make your life easier, and you know you're just struggling on whether it's you've got a small van and you're thinking about going to a big van, but you're waiting and waiting and waiting, or you've got a decent sized van but you've got a load of shitty waste and you're thinking about buying a trailer or a chipper or a shredder or a long reach hedge trimmer or a pair of Hendon tripod ladders, whatever, just pull the trigger. Even if, I'm not saying go into debt to buy it, but just pull the trigger as soon as you can, because it's a game changer. I was talking to my mate about this, and he was saying he's really good at looking at it on the practical side. And I says to him, look mate, it's just under £3,000. I think I paid 267 with a bumper, be up front, no discount, nothing like that. It does come with a free, the reason I bought it now is it's got a free service pack with it. So that's 3 belts, 3 blades and something else. So that's to keep it going. I'm really happy with that, because that means I can service that, and you know, I don't have to buy any additional stuff. So I was telling my mate about that, and he says, well, what's your process normally? And I'll be honest with you, waste for me isn't much of a big deal. It's the cost of dumping my waste. I pay £60 per tonne, and I drive it to the thing, I dump it on the floor. It's easy. So you might be thinking, well, why bother then? It's the time. And I was saying to my mate, I says, I would have to first cut the stuff down, second drag it to the trailer, and then cut it up to get it in the trailer, and then what doesn't fit in the trailer I put in a ton bag. And even if I haven't got the trailer and it's just a small amount, it's again dragging it, cutting it to get it into a ton bag, and then going from there. And it's amazing how many places I'm thinking off the top of my head where I can get a chipper down there, my chipper, but I won't be able to get a ton bag because of tight access. And when you fill a ton bag and it's heavy, you know, I've made that mistake before where I've gone down to properties and I'd fill the ton bags and realise, shit, I can't get it through. And I've had to empty it into smaller ones. So I've used it now on 3 jobs, and absolute game changer. Just by having the ability to cut it down and throw it straight into a chipper, brilliant. People said from the video that I need to give the thing chance to spin back up. I learned that pretty early on in the video, and by the second job that I've done with it, I've completely realised it now. So what I do is, if there's any really long bits with brash that start out thick and go thin, I just chop them in half before with the secateurs, and then that way it goes all in one pass. It's got time to recoup. That's something I've learned, you know. Another thing as well, I don't want to show on a video me pulling it, because when the chipper's pulling it in and I'm pulling it out, it launches back sometimes and it just looks unsafe. That's the only way I can describe it. It's not unsafe, but I'm always a bit worried. You know, it's like when putting any videos on with chippers, it's safety. Another thing as well, I'm going to get a full face shield. I don't know why I've not. I used to have one, but I'm going to get one now, because when you're chipping, I found that once it grabs, it can whip it onto your face. So if you look closely enough, you'll probably see in the video me just getting a little bit of a touch on the side with it. So again, you know, thinking, but very happy with it. Absolutely happy with it. It's been, you know, and I'm happy with the build of it. It's fucking solid, absolutely solid. There's, you know, it's well built. You know, I'm not trying to pander to them here, but it's solid, and it's got the Honda engine, which I love. So like I said, it's been a real game changer for my business, and that's what I want to carry on with this year. I am such a big believer in, you need to have tools make your life easier. Tools make your existence, your day-to-day life so much easier. You know, I've got a bit of a dicky back, and I've got my sciatica started flaring up. Touch wood, it's eased off a little bit, but I have it with my back that if it twinges, and that's like my little warning sign not to be careful. And for me, dragging a ton bag full of brash around, you know, anything I can do to avoid pulling me back or twinging it, I want to do, basically. So really happy with it, and that's what I want to carry on this season. I want to carry on the investment. My next investment is going to be, hopefully by the end of February, I'm going to invest in either 3 AP500 batteries. They have got deals on at the moment where if you buy certain tools you get a free AP500 battery. I've got to see which one is worth it for my business anyway. I've just got to sort of weigh it up. There's nothing I really need from that higher end. It's more the higher end brush cutters, but they aren't the combi, and I don't want a brush cutter because it's a ball ache getting it in my van. That's why I have the combi stuff. But I think I'll go with the free battery deal. And I've seen another deal where if you buy a tool and a battery you get a free battery, but it's subject to which tool you buy. I don't think they've got the lower end ones that I would need. I need to upgrade the blower, I need to upgrade the combi strimmer, and then after that I've got my eyes on a large brush mower. There's a job every so, I get these jobs 3 or 4 times a year. You know the sort where you've got to trim them off, rake them. I want something where I can just go straight in with a mower and do it, and I've been looking at what from Lewis Garden Services, he's got that Ecotech one, looking at that, so I'm waiting with bated breath for the full review. And again, if I can get my hands on one, I'm going to try and demo one of the new Stihl commercial mowers. So that's another reason for getting the batteries, the AP500s, is if down the line I do decide to get a commercial, Stihl push mower, then I've got the batteries. Stihl are releasing more and more stuff. They did a big chunk at the start of the year, which I covered a video on. And it always makes me think what's next, and by having the batteries, you've got the option. One of the things I would really like is, and I can get it now, but I would like a long reach pruner. So Milwaukee do one, and I'd love Stihl to do one. I really would. It'd be, having that sort of ability, a telescopic lock of power would be brilliant. So as I said, Milwaukee do one. I don't want to buy it because I don't want another battery, because you need 2 batteries, a charger. I don't want it. I just don't want to have another set of things to charge knocking around. So I'm looking at I'm hoping Stihl does one in the future. If not, I'm looking at getting the Checkatrade one, which comes with a kit. It's like a Chinese sort of special, brand, but they've got pedigree. I see a lot of people use them, and the reviews on them are really good. But the thing with them is they've got the extendable shaft, which makes it more into an extendable lopper. Again, just have to sort of see. That clocks in at a few £100, but I want to sort of, like I said, it's all about investing back into the business. I want to build it up as much as I can with kit, and then next year probably take the foot off the pedal with investment, and then put the money, because I don't know what I'm going to be spending next year, but how it is, I'm hoping, is to put money back into savings, and then we can look at start looking at getting a house or something. So that's the plan going forward. Work wise, I am going to try and bring the season forward by a week. I want to try and get a visit in for everybody by the end of February, and then that way I've got an extra visit. And because at the moment it's February and it's so mild. It's been, for the past 3-4 days, it's been 14-15 degrees. It's really, really mild. There's one thing I have noticed, and it's difficult with pricing, but I've had a few of my customers are pensioners that I do work for, and that normally do winter work, and they've both said, I think it's 3 people have now said that, I don't know what's happened within the pension world, or maybe it's just bad luck for them, or an investment's gone wrong, or I don't know. It's very unusual for 3 people to say the same thing and the same amount, but they've all said that they've had a problem with something's happened where I don't know whether they've had an entitlement or pension credits taken off, but they said they're down by about £100 a week. So, you know, something's going on there really. You know, nearly £5 grand, well, more than £5 grand a year for them to lose. So like I said, I'm sort of, you've got to sort of roll with the punches, you know. Some people will be like, price rise for everybody, and really it should be, but if you've got a good OAP customer that's saying to you in an honest fashion that they're short of money, and that takes balls, that does. You know, people now, you know, younger people, you know, middle-aged or whatever, you'll hear where people will say they're skint and stuff, but I always find the OAP generation, they're very proud people, and to sort of say, Luke, no, you know, could you do it a bit later because we're short of money, you know, like I said, you know, it's just something you've got to think of as a business, it really is. I'm happy with my customer base, so it's not even like, you know, you could say, well, price them out, you know, because they're crap anyway, you know, take the gamble, whatever. I'm happy with them, they're good people, so, you know, I can't really say that they're bad people. I'll know more, so I'm going to do a video probably 1st or 2nd week of February. These ones I try and do, so we're filming it 4th or 5th on the Wednesday. I'm hoping to get this out on the Wednesday, because I try and do a close to live video, or current. Most of my other stuff I film weeks in advance, or, you know, a few days, and it takes ages to come out, you know. So I'm trying to do this one sort of closer to. So I'll do another video in 1st, 2nd week of February, and this will be quite interesting because I don't know how many people are going to keep me until I ring them. You know, I know for a fact that I've lost customers because they passed away. The sad part is, you know, when you're running a business, you sort of realise that people don't live forever. You know, I've got a customer, the horse mug lady, brilliant customer, really, really nice. You know, she's been struggling with her health. She's, you know, been in and out of hospital, and, you know, I went into it. You know, I have to let myself in now, so, you know, she can't get up anymore, so she's sort of chair bound. Carers are coming in. You know, she's late 90s, you know, and you think, no, not late, not early 90s, but she's 93, you know, and she's been a good customer, but you know, as horrible as it sounds, you think to yourself, how long have people got, you know, how long have I got this customer for? It's like last year I lost 3 people last year, so that means this year I've got 3 less people to carry out, you know, to take over into a new season. So, you know, it is hard and it is frustrating. My plans are to be, you know, to get the work. I will know more by February, but one of the things that I am doing is starting doing a little bit more Facebook, putting a bit more on the page and sharing it about. I think with Facebook, my tip is go for the work that you want, because with Facebook, I've got a video coming up talking about Facebook, but my experiences is, if they're going to haggle you down, I don't know what it is with Facebook, they always want the cheapest. So I'd rather go with it. So for me, I'm going to be advertising grass cutting slots, I'm going to be pushing the moss brush, I'm going to be pushing hedge reductions. So I'm going to do a video showing off a chipper. Well, I'm not showing it off, but showing it in action. Well, just catchy things to bring people in. I'm not going to be advertising garden maintenance. I'm not going to be advertising jobs that I don't want to do. You know, they'll be listed in like the small print, you know what I mean? Because when people read adverts, they only read the first few lines really, they won't read all of it. So it will be there that we offer all services, but I'm not advertising that because I don't want to go to somebody and, oh, it's you know, I need this doing, you know. Like I said, people, they still could do, but people just read the first line and then go, yeah, we'll get him to do that, you know. So Facebook, Checkatrade, if you behave, bring that in. When I spoke to them today, they've actually shortened my radius, because they said actually that makes me look better and it makes me stand out more. I don't know why. So we'll see what work that brings in. And then, yeah, the house clearances are a slow boil. One of the things I've not mentioned, but I will now, is the house clearances. We're looking at creating a form of passive income in terms of putting stuff on eBay. Now sellers, private sellers, get 300 free listings a month. I'm going to make use of them if I can. It takes bloody ages, but you know, it's how do you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. We're going to do little bites of it at a time, probably spend the odd afternoon putting stuff up, and then once the listing's created, it sort of looks after itself. The whole, you know, and then once you sell stuff, it's simple. You box it up, take it to the corner shop around the corner, and it's gone. So we're going to be doing that as well, and in that way it's passive income. That, and you know, you create 50 listings in an afternoon, which will be good going for me because it does take me a while. That's working away in the background, you know, and it's a little bit here, a sale here. It's all, you know, I'm not going to retire off it. I'm not even going to say it's even going to be an amazing income, or even an income, should I say. But what it will do is it just, you know, it's just that little bit of work. Well, it's just that, it's that little bit of money, you know. So like for me, I've lost 3 customers. That equates roughly to about 70 to 80 pounds a fortnight for me. So if I can replace that by selling stuff, you get where I'm coming from. It's working away in the background and it's nice and easy. So, and that's what I like. I like easy. So have a good day, guys. As usual, keep on gardening. This is the latest update. Have a good day, guys.